And I think that they just came to enjoy themselves in a space that was comfortable for them, that they could laugh at a gay joke.
There were a lot of friendly faces, smiling faces, gay faces.
And that was where everybody started to get to know everybody.
On the gay scene, there wasn't anything prior to 1969. Nobody even heard the word. You couldn't find it in a dictionary, probably.
The streets were more dangerous in those days, I think. And whereas we didn't have very many murders.
Well, in the 1960s, the political climate was sort of not spoken about. It was the, you didn't push anything too far for fear that, it would come back at you.
Mostly verbal abuse. It was actually years earlier, not too many years earlier, that I was literally attacked on Granville Street.
I shouldn't say there's a lot of murders because there were more suicides.
It was like a night out, you got dressed up and thought you were just wonderful going out to a nightclub.
The one the crowd liked best was my abortion was painful and cost me a fortune. I'm still in stitches over those sons of bitches.
The swing goes up, her legs go wide open, and the audience just went crazy.
And I said, honey, if you can eat it, I can say it.
I said, if your mother had done that, we wouldn't have to put up with you.
I've forgotten the rest of it.
Reconstructing gay history is an enormously time-consuming effort, partly because so much of it is not documented. So on the one hand, a lot of it is locked in people's memories, and those memories are fast fading.
To find part of your community was quite difficult in the 50s and 60s and early 70s.
They would just be lonely and on the streets, or they would have to go to some straight establishment.
Gays and lesbians exercised protective anonymity in order to survive. They were in a highly toxic environment of police problems, religious persecution, and the psychological industry that labeled them as being insane.
The entertainment consisted of Chester the pianist, and we sang along and danced. Well, I could never see Chester because he was surrounded by the sing-along group.
There were certain places that had performers that would attract sort of the artistic crowd.
It was an escape to go to the club. It really was. It was fun to get away from everything and just you could be gay.
Charlie's, I was very comfortable. I never felt scared, so nobody really knew that I was going there except the people at the club.
You sat on the floor to watch the show and stuff like that. Yeah, but it was great. They had the best shows there. They had full sets, costumes, things coming out of the ceiling and on it. They were very inventive with very tiny little budgets.
Well, one of the first entertainments, and somebody that I really was in awe of, was Dee Dee Ambrose.
Sandy St. Peter's.
It was Boom Boom Billy, Chris Peterson.
Every time I think of Charity was when she was performing at BJ's, dressed in a Scarlett O'Hara outfit, looking ever so quaint and virginous, singing San Francisco Open Your Golden Gates.
Who made me laugh the most? I think probably Eleanor made me laugh the most.
I saw Eleanor do the Salvation Army song many, many, many times.
She was so good at it. It was her body language, I think, on stage. She was truly an entertainer.
And it was always funny, always a good laugh, and people loved it. They just loved it. They loved her.
Makes me feel wonderful that after 14 years of being semi-retired or basically fully retired from the drag business, that people still remember Eleanor. Hey Peter, what's this?
This is some footage the boys were able to get of Bill Monroe hosting the Expo 86 show at the Castle. And you were in it too.
I was lying in the gutter.
What is this?
Covered up with
Bear.
bristles in my eyebrow.
Do you know, it almost looks as though I'm actually singing it.
The end was near.
And I think that they just came to enjoy themselves in a space that was comfortable for them, that they could laugh at a gay joke.
There were a lot of friendly faces, smiling faces, gay faces.
And that was where everybody started to get to know everybody.
And everybody was benefiting by the fun and the entertainment, which has always changed things.
Everybody bust your gut, sing the second verse.
What were you to them?
A role model, I guess. I like to think that.
Social convener.
Entertained.
Excellent.
Trailblazers.
Inspirational.
Authentic.
Courageous.
Heroes.
Throw a nickel on the drum, save another drunken bum. Hallelujah, hallelujah.